One hospital bill is enough to destroy years of savings. And the worst part is most people add health insurance, but it death didn't work when they need it the most. If you want to understand health insurance in simple words and avoid medical bills turning into debt, this video is for you. Let's get started. Before we go further, a quick disclaimer. This video is for education and information purpose. It is not financial advice. So please do your own research or consult a certified financial planner or qualified personal finance professional before making any insurance or financial decision. The content shared here is based on personal opinion and publicly available information. Okay, so I am not recommending any health insurance policy or company name in this video. Let's get started. I'm not speaking to you as an health insurance advisor, nor do I have any insurance advisor as my part-time business. I'm speaking to you as a debt freedom coach because I have seen families falling into debt not because they didn't earn well, not because they didn't have a good salary, but because of one medical emergency changed everything. So my goal with this video is very simple to help you understand that how health insurance really works and so the medical bills don't become a lifelong pain in your life and financial stress. Most people compare health insurance using random checklists, the premium, the company name, the claim ratio, and that's it. That's why the people feel cheated later. Now, why? Because I'm saying that because instead of confusing with the 20 features, because there are so many products, so many features are there, I will explain just health insurance in just four pillars, very simple four pillars, which you just take it into account and you will get the work done. So if you understand these four pillars, you will be able to read and question any health insurance policy with confidence, and that's for sure. Now let's get started. The pillar one, cover adequacy. That is the sum insured. What is your sum insured? Total sum insured. Now let's start with the common question. Is 5 lakh insurance enough? That day, one of my clients was saying, "Miss, is this, I want to buy an health insurance, but don't you think 5 lakhs is enough for me?" The real question is not the number. The real question is, will this amount will cover our entire hospitalization? Now remember, it's not only for your current requirement, it's for the future requirement. Right? So when you fell ill in future, will this 5 lakhs or any sum assured will help you or not? That's the question you need to ask yourself, not the advisor, not the doctor will help you. Okay. Now, if your policy is 5 lakhs, now taking that example into account, if your policy is 5 lakhs and the health insurance bill comes to 7 lakhs, the insurance company will only pay 5 lakhs. That's the basic understanding, right? And that's true. But the remaining 2 lakhs will come from your own pocket. Now, most of the people, how do they fund their 2 lakh rupees? That usually comes from the savings, credit cards, or loans. And that's how the medical emergencies make them go into debt. And this is the most important and most stressful part, like because people are going to debt because of this medical emergency. So insurance doesn't fail loudly. It fails quietly when the bill crosses the limit. Again, I will repeat this one. Insurance doesn't fall loudly. It fails quietly when the bill crosses the limit. Pillar number two, cost leakages, the room rent and the hidden deduction. This is the most misunderstood part of the health insurance. Many policies have something called as a room rent limit, and might have heard this term jargon and very difficult term, right? But in simple words, I will try to decode it. It means that policy will allow you only a certain room cost per day. Okay. Now, if your policy allows a 4,000 rupee loan, okay, 4,000 rupee room, and you choose a 6,000 rupee loan, the insurance will just doesn't cut the room charges. They will reduce the payment, which is across all the bills. So your doctor fees, your surgery, your ICU, everything will be included there. So even though you're insured, you end up paying a large amount yourself. So cheap premiums often look attractive, and but they usually hide expensive surprises. That's why it's always important, and I would really suggest that go and review your health insurance policies just again yearly because now it's a new year, so you have to review it. Pillar number three, timing risk. What is timing risk? It's about the waiting period. Okay. Now, in simple words, it means that you're insured but not fully covered yet. What do I mean by that? If you have conditions like diabetes or blood pressures, okay, many policies won't cover this related treatment because these treatments are very specific. So the set of medicines, the set of processes, the set of doctors, everything is totally different. So they can't be considered in the general set of medicines what is going to scam with the insurance company. Okay, so they this policy won't cover the treatment for the first few years because they want to see that how you as a customer in their purview as acting on these conditions because most of the times we buy the policies without disclosing some of the major things and also we might end up not buying the right policy. So if a medical issue happens during the time, claim can be rejected. Okay, please note, if a medical issue happens that time, claim can be rejected or possibly paid. I will tell you in one incident where I got one client and he just came then he told me that I want health insurance very fast. Now I thought that it might be emergency because normally for insurance people don't come into emergency. They always come into leisure time. Right? But he said that I asked what is the reason? Why are you going for so fast? Let it be. We will go process by process. We need to evaluate and everything. No, no. I got the diabetes and type 2 and my doctor said that we have to pay the fees and that is why I go for insurance. That's the exactly the bad part and the wrong part of a consumer to go for that. And I don't support this kind of thing because this is where truly as an advisor also I fail in that part of consumer also because they will not get that fully treatment claim and also the insurance companies are not also liable to give that claim because you are going to an health insurance company when you know that your condition or your condition is subjected to the operations which is just above after the policy you're taking, that means the claim can be rejected or partially paid. That is why the terms and conditions are very important. So insurance always starts working with the 5 years, which is risky. So if an emergency happens in the first year, nobody can help it. So timing matters more than people realize. So you have to understand that what kind of conditions you have and you have to clearly disclose to the insurance premium because otherwise it will be very problematic for you. Now pillar number 4, claim reality. So what happens in an emergency? So now let's talk about the claims. Okay, this is where the exactly insurance is actually tested. Health insurance or life insurance, both. The cashless claim sounds very simple. The hospital talks directly to insurance company and that's all. Everything. You just fill up a form. That's all. But imagine a situation where your cashless is denied. What you would do? You are in the bed. Your family has to arrange the money first and claim it. And that's where the process happens, a very lengthy process. Because there, the insurance company gets into a very scrutiny mode because there's a lot of mistakes happen from both the sides. Okay, all the three sides actually in the three stakeholders: the patient, the hospital, and the insurance. So all the three has to be in the sync. Then only that the reimbursement can be claimed. Okay, so always when you're doing a medical emergency, the stress is already high. You know, a lot of you're all in that state of mind and everything. So complex processor paperwork often force people to borrow money temporarily, and that's obvious. We can't do it. Even though we have health insurance, we will not call because most of the time you see 80% people are going for direct health insurance. So they have to call the policy bazaar or something else and they get that. So that's a long process. But if you have an advice and everything, he will take care, he or she will can take care of things. But yeah, that's the story apart. But yes, uh, sometimes what happens, the complex processor and paperwork often force the families to borrow money temporarily. And the temporary borrowing easily becomes a long-term debt. So in emergency, process matters more than promises. So you have to just take a calm. Now I know, even if I tell you, you will be not in that situation because some near ones, you have blood relations with people. I can understand, truly understand. But just keep that aside for a moment and just think from the perspective that why don't you are actually putting yourself, your family into debt unknowingly and unintentionally. So why are you taking that step? So think that from that perspective and think from practical. Can you go for the process and make it happen rather than pouring the money temporarily? Just a bit. Okay, done. So before buying or renewing any health insurance, ask yourself these four simple questions. Is the cover amount realistically enough for me? Where can the money leak doing a claim can happen? When will the policy not support me? And how smooth is the claim process in the real life? I haven't told you which policy to buy and I will not show you. But I have shown you how to read a policy and so medical bills don't destroy your finances. Okay. Now, if you want, you can apply these four pillars to your existing health insurance policy in one-to-one clarity call. Okay, no silly, no policy recommendations, just a depth freedom perspective, like how you can get a so medical emergency don't become a financial trauma for you. Okay, the details are in the description, and if you want, you can just book the call, and we will get into call, and we will do that. If you like this, subscribe and share this video with so your friends so that they can understand what exactly this all things is all about. And don't make complex because financing is actually complex thing. But if you think from that perspective, you will never move ahead. But if you think in a lighter mode, things like what I shared with you, it will be very good for you. Then that will be helpful. So thank you so much and see you in the next video.